Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Christy Denny's. I am one of your Miami Tech trainers, and welcome to your class, Open House, Marketing, Setup, and Follow-Up. We'll be going over all of the resources that you can use that are available through your Miami Gateway so that you can go ahead and set up those open houses, market them, and be able to follow up with the attendees who do come in and visit you during these open houses. We're going to get started on miamirealtor.com. I do have some resources for you. You can find them right from the search bar. When you click on the search bar, my recommendation is go ahead and key in open house, and that'll give you access to a plethora of different links that you can go into the open house series. These are going to be different classes that are associated to our open house. You also have the South Florida Open House Week and Property Showcase page. I'm going to click on this and I'm also going to share it with you. If you'd like an email with all of the resources that I'm sharing with you today, let me know in the chat and I will be happy to send that over to you. Before we get started, I do want to see who has joined us this afternoon. And if you guys have any questions about the open house or the process of the open house that you'd like to know more about, so I can try to incorporate it into the class. So welcome, Alexander, Demetrius, hello, how are you? Igli, Libya, how are you? Maureen, welcome. Priscilla, Roger, Stephanie, Yudin, how are you? Demetrius from Delray Beach. Hi. Okay, I got your email. I'll make sure, Roger, to send that over to you. Stephanie, you want the resources too? Sure, no problem. I'll go ahead and I'll send those to you guys. So within this page, this is one of my favorite pages. Why? Because it's going to show all of the different places where your properties are being syndicated to, or at least some of the pages where your properties are being syndicated to. You have the South Florida property search. The moment that you add a listing inside of Matrix and you and your customer have agreed that this listing is available to be syndicated on the internet, this is one of the pages where that property will be available, the South Florida property search. If you have a commercial property and you happen to list it, it'll also be available inside of the South Florida commercial property search. So if I have a buyer, well, let's scratch that. If I have a seller, these are two of the sites that I'd like to look my property up and be able to share with them. Listen, these are all of the different pages that I'm syndicating your property to. Once I add in an open house inside of Matrix, it's also going to feed into the South Florida open house search. That is the name of the website. So when the public looks up open houses in South Florida, this will really be one of the top results because the keywords are so good. Towards the bottom, you also have additional benefits and tips. So one of the options is how do you get your listing featured? So within the South Florida open house search, let me click in it so I can show it to you. Your customers have the opportunity to be featured every weekend as one of the VIP open houses on the South Florida open house search. And there is a certain criteria that you can try to follow so that you can increase those chances. And you have that criteria available right over here. It says, how do you get your listing featured? And I have some of the tips. So some of those tips are property photos taken with a mobile device. You always want to take those pictures horizontally. That's going to be for places. If it is in a portrait mode or vertically, that's for people. Our photos, you don't want anything in front of those properties. No cars, no trash cans, no people, no real estate signs, no obstructions in front of your photos. When it comes to the photos that are available for your property, you want to be able to show interior and exterior photos. Natural light is excellent. If you can, aerial or drone photos are also a wonderful option if appropriate. Whenever you're going to have an open house, you do have the recommendation that the pets of the homeowners should be on vacation during the open house. Even your owners, if possible, it is best if they are not in the home. Before your open house, you should run a Facebook Live so that you can promote that next open house. Also, a great option to use your social media. Picking up your Instagram device and creating a story or a walkthrough to promote the open house is always an excellent option. Now, once you do it once, you can repurpose that content and you can use it for ongoing promotion. Give yourself a minimum of 3 days. Now, another great possibility is to partner with the Miami Preferred Photographers. These are professional photographers that are available to take your pictures. If you want to be picked as a VIP, you must have your agent photo in the MLS. The property pictures must be clear and professional photos whenever possible. A captivating property description, which will be your remarks, and then your contact information needs to be up to date. If you follow this criteria and these hot tips, you can increase your chances of being one of the properties that is highlighted on the South Florida open house search. You have additional tips, do's and don'ts that you can go into, but I have shared this page with you. Feel free to explore. I'm going to go ahead and move you into Matrix, and we're going to set up that open house. So I'm going to click on home, roll down into the middle of my page, click on the Miami Gateway. This will give me access to putting in my username, adding in my password, and it'll open up your resource panels, which is all of your different programs. We're going to first plug in that open house. Where do you plug it in? You're going to plug it into Matrix. It is one of my favorites. What are your thoughts on your favorites? Are you guys using them? Do you love it? Are you happy favorites have been incorporated? Let me know in the chat. I'm going to open up Matrix. Inside of Matrix, my first step is I need to add my open house into the system. To add my open house into the system, I'm going to move under My Matrix and I'm going to find My Listings. My Matrix, roll down the menu and click on My Listings. Once you click on My Listings, select the active listing that you would like to incorporate the open house for. Once you choose it, you're able to manage that listing by clicking on Edit. Once you click on Edit, you'll have an additional menu under Selected Forms. You want to go to the end of that menu and choose Open Houses. Once you've selected Open Houses, you can actually add multiple open houses for your listing. So I'm going to show you some of your options. Tried and true, open house types, clicking on the drop-down arrow is public. Public means I am inviting just that, the public. Anyone can come and visit my open house. I also have broker open. Broker open is an invitation to all real estate professionals that would like to come and preview the home. You also have these options towards the bottom. You have a virtual broker only, and then you also have a virtual public. Anytime you have an open house assigned to a property, you're getting more promotion because it's assigned to an open house. So I would combine the different open house types so that you can get additional exposure on your property. The first one I'm going to do is a public open house. My date, I'm going to click on the calendar icon and choose. Now, the system told me I should give it at least a minimum of 3 days. So I'll go ahead and schedule my open house for Saturday the 30th and press OK. I would like to start my open house from 10 a.m. and I'll be done at 1. I'm going to give it a description. Now, the description, I would like it to be something that stands out. So I'm going to say, light snacks and drinks with a Q&A session regarding purchasing a home. So as people come in, I'm hoping that I can create a connection with them. They're going to come in, they're going to see the property, but also they're expecting a little Q&A with me regarding the purchasing process. Now, as a real estate professional, I can give them additional resources. They can ask me questions, but I understand that some agents also partner with a lender that will pull some information for them, some numbers. So if they were to get approved for that particular house, whether it was going to be conventional or FHA or a different type of loan, they can have an idea of the numbers for that particular house, or they'll come in and see an open house or sit in an open house with me. So I would reach out to your lenders and see if they can assist with that. Sometimes they make flyers for you too. Once this is available, I also have the live stream or recorded open house URL. You can always add this in. If you have a walkthrough of the property, you can go ahead and paste that in. Now, let's say I also want to do Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to tap on the More button. This is going to allow me to do the next day. So I'm going to do another public, click on the calendar, and I'm going to do the 31st. And I'll start it at the same time, finish at the same time, AM and PM. And then I would like, again, to offer them something a little bit different. Another option. Let's say I'm looking for a different audience. I know these individuals are out and about. They're out and about in the morning around the neighborhood, and they are shopping to see property. I'm going to click on More, and I am going to choose maybe public as well, but more of like a happy hour after work kind of vibe. So I'm going to do the 4th. And I'm going to start at 5 and I'll be done by 7. This I'm hoping will pick up individuals that are leaving or headed that way, leaving work, and that they are open to an open house. And then this could be something like uh, happy hour open house, neighbors welcome. And then I can walk the property. So this is another example of if you guys would like to join me, and I can invite the neighbors. So anytime you are going to have an open house, you should have a flyer. You can walk the property or do a postcard inviting everyone to come and see your open house. Another option could be door hangers. I'm going to do another one, More. And in this case, let's do something virtual. So let's do a virtual public. I'm going to start this. Let's go on my calendar. I got something for the weekend. I got something on Thursday. Let's do another Saturday. And since I'm not going to be there, I'm going to start it at 6 a.m. And again, I'm not going to be there. So I'm going to be done at 11:30 p.m. And this I'm going to call a virtual open house with an AI assistant. And from here, I'm now going to use a program called Infinity that's available to you guys. It is at no additional cost. It's part of your membership. And you now have your listings. You can claim them. And with that listing, you'll have an AI assistant to answer all of the questions. Let me show you how to do that. Let me check my chat. Noah is a fan of the favorites. I agree, Demetris. It is very cool to have everything that you use every single day at the top of your screen. I'm moving back into the resource panels, and I want to introduce you to Infinity. Is anybody using Infinity yet? I have it as one of my favorites, but towards the bottom, I also have it as one of the icons on the second row. When you click on Infinity, you're going to have the main page of the program, and it's going to show all of your listings. If it doesn't, I have a tip for you. On the right-hand side, there's a menu, and it says show only my listings, and you can check this off. When you check it off, it'll give you the option to claim that listing. Now, whenever you find your listing, tap on the claim button. And of course, this has to be your listing. And you are agreeing that by checking this box, you are certifying that you are the listing agent and agree to Infinity's terms and services and privacy policy. You finish the process by clicking on claim. Now, when you guys click on claim, it's going to give you two options. I don't have any real listings, so I can't show you those two options, but I can talk to you about it. It's going to be an option that is free. That's going to give you the virtual tour with the assistant. And then it's going to give you a $99 option, which includes lead generation. So that is at your discretion which one you pick. I'm simply going to pick the free option. Once you claim that listing, your next step is going to be to move over to the left side of your screen and find your listing under the My Listing tab. And your listing will be available right here. When it's available, it's going to look something like this. You'll be able to see the activity. You'll be able to preview it. What you want is the share option. You want to click on that share option, and where it says copy virtual tour URL, that's what you want to copy. When you get that URL, you're going to move back into Matrix and you're going to paste it right over here. And you've created your virtual open house with AI assistant. Now I want to show it to you first. This is kind of what they're going to get. Let me silence the AI. So what are you seeing right now? Right now you're seeing the property. You're seeing some of the questions I asked, but as they make their way through the virtual tour, the system will talk to them. So next.
This expansive indoor area connects seamlessly with the outdoors, featuring large glass doors that enhance natural light and flow, perfect for entertaining or enjoying family moments.
Clicking on next.
This entryway provides a functional transition into the home with high ceilings and abundant natural light, facilitating easy movement and access to the rest of the living space.
Let's say they have a question, something else like down here, I can ask questions. I can say, show me the backyard. Next, or send. It feeds it into the Infinity chat, and we're all used to speaking
You can
to
view the
AI.
backyard area by checking out the following locations in the virtual tour. This outdoor area is ideal for gatherings and family activities, featuring a covered kitchen, ample lawn space, and a play structure, all surrounded by inviting greenery for relaxation.
Let's say I have
This outdoor kitchen area is designed for entertaining, featuring a spacious countertop and high-quality appliances, providing an inviting space for gatherings while enjoying the surrounding greenery.
let's say I have questions about the area.
This outdoor area features a unique pool and a kitchen space with a built-in grill, ideal for entertaining and
I
enjoying
put,
outdoor
where can I
meals
go to the gym?
amidst lush. This indoor bathroom
It's asking.
showing a nearby search for gym. See map.
So it shows me all the gyms in the area. I can say what are the schools in the area.
In the area around 7780 W 110th Street, there are several schools you might find interesting. Palmetto Elementary School offers a nurturing environment with dedicated teachers, strong
I want
academic
to ask
programs, and a
about the
focus on
property.
character development.
I'm going to ask, how big is this property?
The property at 7780 SW 110th Street has a total building area of 4,643 square feet. This expansive
So what do you guys think? Is it modern? Is it fresh? Would this be a great talking point for a listing presentation that you're able to host additional virtual tours and open houses in person as well as virtually, that you have assigned an assistant to monitor questions? Now, what else do I like about this? Whether you get the upgraded version or the free version, anytime somebody enters this chat, you'll get notified that someone's reviewing this property. You can also use this link that I showed you. We did something out of the box and made a virtual open house with the admin assistant, but you can update your virtual tour because it is unbranded. You can update your virtual tour and use Infinity if you'd like. So that is another product and service so that you can market these open houses in a fresh, cool way. And we also learned that we have different open houses that you can create. To finish the process, go ahead and submit your listing and you are good to go. Now, these are real. And since my property is not real, I'm going to cancel my input and we're going to move into the next section. So far, you know how to add in your photos. We also learned briefly about that South Florida open house website. So once I did this process, whichever type of open house you decided to do, under consumers, we know that this website exists, open house search. And the public, they can search for properties that are for sale, that are for rent. They can search by address, MLS, location. They also have additional features so they can pick exactly the property that they want. On the top, they can change the meters. I'm sorry, the units of measurement. They can change their language and they can change the currency. If they happen to speak another language, they can do English or Spanish. I want to show you the open houses. So these are some of the upcoming open houses. I'm just going to open one of them so you can see them. Here it's going to show me when my next open house is or when their next open house is. All this feeds in automatically. Give it about 24 hours from the date that you added in your open house, and this will exist once you add it into Matrix. They'll take your photos, the address, and the basic information about your listing, and they will plug it in for you. These are going to be your remarks if you want to share it. You can share it to your socials, Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, copy the link, send it to the owner so that they can see you are marketing that property. These are the essentials on that home, the listing office, and then this is the photo of the listing agent. Any of your upcoming listings are going to be available as well for them to see it in advance. And then information about the neighborhood is also available. So we know that the public or future sellers, future buyers are going to purchase, yes, of course, that property, but they're also purchasing the lifestyle. So it gives them access to transportation information, education information around that property, amenities, character, nature, and wellness. So if I wanted to see the parks, these are the parks that are available around this home. And let's say I wanted to see, well, where is Evelyn Greer? It'll tell me it's about a 20-minute walk. I can even change that from walking to driving to calculate that. And then Evelyn Park will take me about 5 minutes driving. So that's available to you from Local Logic. And again, this is done for you. So this agent, he does have his photo. Let's check. Michael Martinez also did a great job, added in his photo, but here's another one. We have a team and they do not have their photos. So we want to take a second and show you how you can make sure that your photos are in the system. Go inside of Matrix, go into the Add Edit section, and then find Roster. Inside of Roster, where it says Quick Modify Agent ID, here goes your license. Tap Edit. Once you tapped Edit, manage the photos. When you manage the photos, you can browse the computer and you're going to add in your headshot. This is going to feed into that open house website. It also feeds into the branding of MLS Touch, which is the mobile app that's available to you that's fully integrated with Matrix. Select your photo and then certify and save. My Matrix dashboard. So far we have discussed setting up that website. We have discussed where you can find open house information and resources. We've discussed a little bit of the marketing with the different open house options. And we also discussed the South Florida open house search and how to add in your photos. So we've covered quite a lot of information. How are you guys feeling in the chat? I have some of you asking me for a recording. I will be sure to edit and upload this recording for you so that you can come back and watch it at your own pace and pick up some of these tips. The next piece I want to do is I want to create additional marketing for this property. Inside of the resource panel, I want to show you another resource. We're going to roll on down and we are going to look for Agent 3000. Agent 3000, this is a all-in-one marketing resource. It has landing pages, social media tools, single property websites. It has social media posts. It also has buyer and seller tours. I'm going to open up Agent 3000. Inside of Agent 3000, if you've never used it before, you want to make sure that you have branded it. You can do that by clicking on the green button that is your settings and adding in all of your information. Under profile, we want to key in our first name, last name, our real estate company, the address of your real estate company, the office phone number, and where it says direct phone, that's where your cell phone number goes. Add in your email and finish with your website. Once you've added all of your information, save the account profile, roll back up, and choose logo. From logo, you're going to choose the file and you're going to load your real estate company's logo. And then you're going to choose photo. You're going to do the same thing. Choose the file, select the computer, select the image of yourself from your computer, finish the process by clicking on upload. Now that you have branded the system, you can close it and you're ready to start marketing. The first section that I want to show you is going to be the flyer. So I'm going to roll on down until I find flyers. Once I open up flyers, I'm going to choose the open house flyer option. Now, does anybody have an open house, a listing that they want to share with me, an MLS number that they want to share with me? I will be happy to use that MLS number as an example. Of course, Demetrius, we'll go ahead and we'll send you a recording. Roger, I'll be happy to send you over a recording. All right, I don't see any MLS numbers here yet, so I will find one inside of Matrix. Oh, Saul came in and he's sharing his MLS number. So that's A11856919. I'm going to give that a second. I'm going to choose that property, accept the terms. It is telling me, hey, Christy, This is not your listing. This is Saul's listing. By checking this off, I'm accepting that I am acknowledging that this is not my listing. So I'm going to click I agree. And then I'm going to take the photos and I'm going to fill my template. I need a minimum of 6 photos to be able to do this. So I'm going to take a second, fill my template. With my photos. And then once I've made all of my selections, it says address. I can check this off if I want to cover the address, which I don't want to. Price, I can check this off if I want to hide the address. I want to leave it, so I'm going to do nothing. Open house text. Do you want an open house or a broker open house? In this case, I want the open house. The date, we've decided on the 30th. We're going to start at 10 a.m. And then we're going to be done at 1 p.m. We're also doing Sunday, which is completely optional. I'm going to start at 10 a.m. I will be done at 1 p.m. And I can pick, do you want your QR code or do I want an agent profile photo? I'm going to do a QR code so I can modernize that flyer. And now here's my information, my name, my email, my phone number. It all came in through the settings that we did. We're going to select the image. I'm going to do the blue and light gray and select. And from here, it says Borek, Silver Palm East. So I will do Silver Palm, move on down. This is all my details. Create PDF or create JPEG. So basically, how did I create this? All of the steps were to open Agent 3000. Inside of the menu, pick flyer, choose open house flyer. And technically, all I did was add an MLS number, drag my photos, pick my date and time, choose a QR, and pick a background. Roll on down. And how would you like to print this out? Do you want it to download as a PDF, which is great if I'm going to print these out so I can invite the neighbors or have some additional open house flyers during my open house? Or do I want to create a JPEG? I'm going to do create a PDF. And I have created my flyer. It took me seconds. Here's my information. Here's my price. It has my logo on it. Here are my dates, my photo, and I also have the QR code. So what is the benefit of the QR code? The benefit is some people may not want to take a little paper with them. So they have the option of scanning the QR code, or you can scan the QR code and you get a website that's branded to you. So if you want to open up your phones, I know you have your phones. Open up your camera, scan the QR code, you get a whole website here. The listing description, the property features, the virtual tours here, the map of the property, all of the photos of the property, and it is shareable. So this is one of the options so that you can market that property. So far, you guys feeling good? Comfortable? We're at a good pace? Let's do another option. So we did a flyer. Another option could be some of the promotions that I want to do online. I can do a single property website. So I'm going to click on that. Within the single property website, this is something I want to post online. I can take my MLS number. That's all you need. Sometimes when you open up the system, your listings may already be here. And all you need to do is copy and paste that MLS number. I'm going to go ahead and add it in. I'll give it a second. I'll pull my MLS, accept the terms, and click on I agree. From here, I have a few different templates of websites that I can use to promote. I have template 1. This is the original. I can either post it with address or without the address. Depending on how I want to share it, I would copy the URL. Before, template 2 was my favorite, but it has since changed. My new favorite is template 3, specifically in the black. I like to share with the address, so I'm going to copy the URL. Once I copy the URL, I can move into, for example, Facebook, and I can share. Open house. August 30th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then I can paste that link. So once the link is there and the image populates, I don't need the link because it's already embedded in the photo. So I can delete that. You can add any additional verbiage that you would like. Next, host. And you can even host an event. You can continue to host the event, or you can simply publish your original post. I'm going to publish the original post. Hosting an event is also available. If you want to boost it, you can also boost it for additional exposure. And when anybody clicks on here, how cool is this website? You have the home option. It is branded to you. You have your address, your price, and the status. If they would like more information, right at the top, they can put in their name, their phone number, their email. Here it is ADA compliant. So if anyone needs an additional accessibility menu, it is available for them. As I move through here, this is going to be the description. I have the features. I have the interior and the photos. They can schedule a showing with me. They can enter their date, what their time or preferred time or date is, their name, email, phone number. How would you like me to contact you? Name or phone number. They can submit the information for a showing. They have a map where the property is located and places of interest. They have it in a satellite view as well. They have the little Google guy that can drop him right in to my neighborhood. So they can start exploring. They have the mortgage calculator, my information. They can request info again. And again, this is also another way to market that property. What else can we do? So let's say people are walking into your open house and you need to be able to register them as they come in. I have an option for you. So this option is available under Open House New. Inside of Open House New, you have Open House Page. When you click on Open House Page, you're going to create a digital registration of your open house. All I need is the same number I've needed the entire class, which is an MLS number. A11856919 is the MLS that I have. I'm going to choose it. And then I pick one photo. So I'm going to pick this photo over here. Then I'm going to roll down and I'm going to choose when is my open house date. My open house date is the 30th. The theme I'm going to go with is light. And anybody that's coming in, I would like them to register with their first name, last name, email address, phone number. Are they working with a real estate agent? How did they hear about my open house? And how soon are they looking to purchase? I want to add in my profile photo. My information is already in place from my settings. Number 7, this is if you have the upgrade. You can add them into an optional group so that you can mail out to them later. If you don't have the upgrade, just leave this alone. Number 8, the system has created a website for you. And then number 9. So once the person registers with you, so they're walking into that open house, you have your laptop open, and they're going to register their information before they tour the property. It says, thank you for attending. So they grab their information and this email automatically sends out to that visitor. It says, thank you for visiting us at, with the address. Hello. Thank you for being a guest at the open house located at. Click here to view the property. This is going to be the property website. Please let me know if you have any feedback for myself or the seller. You can always add or further customize this information. But you finish by tapping on save. We have successfully saved the open house. So basically, to summarize, all we did was add an MLS number, pick a photo, pick a date, pick a color, tell the system what we want, and press save. Now we scroll down. Here's my property. I can email the link. So for example, if I need to open up this link in another device and it's a particular link, I can email it. If I want to send it to the seller so they know, listen, this is everything that we are doing. This is part of the process. You can. You also have the option to just click here to open it. And it looks really nice. It has your photo and your information. It has the 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, the size, and the price. And you have another QR code. Those customers are able to click on that QR code and they are going to get the website that I showed you optimized for their cell phone so that they have it branded to you because of course you have created this within your own site. They would put in their first name, their last name, their email, their phone number. Ooh. Are they working with a realtor? No. How soon are they looking to purchase? Just looking. How did they hear about this open house? My friend. They sign in and then the next person can register. So the moment that they signed in, keep in mind we have now their information and we sent them that thank you for attending. Where can I find everyone who registered? Inside of Agent 3000, you can come back up under the same menu, which says Open House New. We created it using Open House Page, but now to find our guests, it says Open House Guests. And look at that. This is everyone who's registered to my open house. all of their contact information. And if I need to export those, I can do export all contacts, or I can choose a specific time frame. For example, this month, last month, this year, last year, the last 365 days. I can do a specific date range. So this month, and then export. So you are able to mark it that way as well. What else can I do to market my property efficiently? I have another tip for you, but this is going to be for the buyer agent. So this is kind of in the same window as open houses, but let's say you don't have the listing, you have the buyer. And your buyer would like to visit an open house, and unfortunately, you can't go with them that day. This could be one of the perks of working with you. Whenever somebody comes in, a guest to an open house that's not, and this guest or potential customer is not represented, that agent may want to discuss representation with them so that they can further assist them. You have something called the buyer registration new section that gives you access to register a buyer in the system so you can create for them an open house pass. Let me show you. So register buyer, and I'm going to put in here that I'm working with my customer teddy bear, and I'm going to add in his phone number and his email. And we have an agreement. And we started this agreement on the 1st of August. And our agreement ends end of year. And I'm going to register the buyer. So I'm just telling the system that I have a registered buyer. Once I add that, it's going to filter into the next section that's called My Registrations. I'm going to sort this by start date. And here is Teddy Bear. And I've made for Teddy Bear an open house access pass. And I'm going to click on view so you guys can see it. This is the pass. So if you have your cell phone and you're able to see the information of the other agent, it says this is an open house access pass. Teddy Bear is a registered buyer with and all of the information of their buyer agent. And it says save my contact to the phone. So the agent can go ahead and click on that. And when they save it, it'll add in all of the agent's information. And then there's a little note. Teddy Bear toured my open house on August 26th and is represented by the name of the real estate agent. I think this is a very cool idea that's available. Another option, and you guys are able to see what that QR code displays. Nice, thank you. Next tip. So the next tip is a tip that's actually inside of Matrix. So I'm going to leave Agent 3000 for a moment. I'm going to go back into Matrix, and underneath my Matrix, we're able to find my listings. And we edited our listing and we scheduled the open house. But aside from that, you have an audience here of real estate agents that have already shared your listing. You can find that once you select it, you're going to choose the option that says reverse prospect. Now, to see reverse prospect, you want to make sure that it says show my active listings. Choose, and then reverse prospect will open up. This is going to be a list of all of the real estate agents who have shared your property. And these reference numbers are the reference numbers associated to the real estate agent's buyer. Now, if the real estate agent programmed it and selected that they were pre-approved, you would see that here. If their customer happened to favorite that property, it's like a little heart art icon, and you would be able to see it next to the envelope. The count is the number of listings that this realtor has sent their customer. Date sent is the date that they sent your listing to their customer. Emails are the emails of the real estate agents. And then their direct phone numbers are their cell phones. So if you wanted to reach out to tell them about a price change or an open house, you have an audience here. And you already know that they have a customer who's interested or has at least received your listing. I can click on their name and let them know about my open house and finish the process by clicking on send. If your preference is to email them or text them, just make sure that you mention the reference number and you mention that their customer has received or that they have sent your listing to their customer and give them the reference number. So that's another option that you can use to market your properties. So this is called your My Matrix, My Listings. This is called your reverse prospecting option. Let's talk about another way that you can set up your open house. Let's move into your resource panels and let's talk about another program that you have access to. This program is called Remine. So I'm going to click on Remine. Remine is an excellent farming and prospecting tool that you can use. It also has the option to do mailouts. So I'm going to do a quick search. I'm going to go from daily to search. Remine also has a full class. Once I hit search, I'm just going to clear all my filters on the right-hand side. This is basically the meat and potatoes of the program. If you click on listings, this means I want to use the system to find properties on the MLS. If I click on properties, this means I want to set this up so that I can do some farming and prospecting. Now from here, I need to locate a particular neighborhood or an area. So we were working with an MLS number. So I'm going to just take the address. Oh, here's an address. And that was the same one. It's a different one, but that's okay. You just need to add in your address inside of Remine. Once you add in the address, the system's going to find it. And you have a little house. If you click on the house, you're getting all of the details of the property. If you click on the map, then you're going to find properties. You're going to find the map of the territory where your property is located. So show on map. Here is my particular property. Now that I know where this is at, the system is showing me that all around this little area, so this is that block, here's another block, here's another block. All of these properties, there's 252 on the screen. You have some options. You can either press minus and you can get more parcels, or you can click on plus and you can get a little closer. Another option that you have is we want to make sure that none of the properties that are available to buy or already listed are part of my marketing. So I'm going to go to add filter and I'm going to find off market and I'm going to click on the pin. And off market's going to appear at the top. I'm going to click on that and I'm going to click on off market again. So now anything that's available to purchase is no longer here. You can filter. There's different ways that you can filter, and we do have a class on that. You can filter by home equity, ownership time, a sell score, which is an AI sharing what are the properties most likely to sell in the area or be listed in the next 12 months. You have absentee, so if you want to specifically target individuals who are out of the state or investors who are not living in their property. If you want owner occupants, so I'm going to choose owner occupants. Absentee, owner occupants, and apply. Because specifically, if I want to invite them to my open house, they have to be there so I can invite them. If I want to do a separate option, I can. So from here, I can also draw, or I can simply select everything. So if I wanted to draw and decide, well, I really just want to work this little area, then I can draw. And then this little area, this is 190 results. I'm going to check these off and I'm going to work them by carting them. So top right-hand corner, cart. And these are going to be my open house invites, for example. I'm going to create that and then add 190 to that particular cart. Okay. I search for houses around a particular address. I sorted out so that I'm getting the owner occupieds. And then I selected all of my results and I saved it as a cart using this button on the top right-hand corner. Where did my list go? Within my menu of options, I have a cart. When I click on the square underneath 190 results, that means I am selecting all of them and I want to send a mailer. So I'm going to tap on send mailer. I do have a coupon, 10 off at checkout. I received $10 off of $50, 50 or more postcards. Here I'm going to give this a name. So this is going to be my open house mailer. What is the minimum number of postcards you can do? 3 is the minimum. All right, so here's my price. I mean, I'm doing a really big mailer. I'm doing 190 pieces. It doesn't have to be to 190 different houses, but I'm casting a pretty wide net here. I have 160, it's $167.39, and they will all be receiving a postcard. But I can choose a big postcard. This is a small postcard, a medium postcard, or a large postcard. I can do a double window letter, a full window letter, a yellow letter, or a snap apart. And for any of the ones that I choose, it will update the price point for me. So 198. Okay, I'm going to do the small postcard. From here, we're going to choose a design, personalize it, order and mail it, and then it will deliver the item. So the item will either ship between 2 to 5 business days. And then depending on the postcard size, it can take 7 to 14 business days depending on the postcard size. So the delivery takes some time. Clicking on Get Started. What are your options? You have Create Your Own. You have Absentee Owner. So if you wanted to send a mailer to anyone who is an investor, this is a good option. Commercial Building, Fully Customizable, General Farming, Holiday, For Sale, Sold, New Realtor, Open House, property management, rentals, spring. I'm going to tap on here. And you have a few different templates that you can choose from. I think they look great. I'm going to I'll pick this one here. Or this one here. I'll do this one. Personalize now. And then you can work the process. Okay, so step one, owner address, property address. This is going to the property address. Homeowner's name or the current resident. I'm going to do homeowner's name so it's more personalized. You have franchises and brands. You can choose their colors if you belong to a franchise. Or on the other side, you can do any of the independent colors that match or are more in line with your brand. I'm going to do the green and the gray. I'm going to click next. Then from here, I'm going to choose my image, upload my image. I'm hoping I have a photo. Here's one. Enter your open house date. Of October. Start and time. Enter your open house address. Enter your name. Enter your title. Enter your phone number. Enter your website. Enter the number of bedrooms. Two. Size 730. Some features on that home. Here we detached in-law quarters. Fully fenced. Completely remodeled. Okay. I feel good there. Next. Okay, now we're loading the backend. Choose your image. Let me pick any image I have over here. Company name, my address. A disclosure, if your property is currently listed with another broker, please disregard this ad. It is not intended to solicit that listing. Clicking on next. Here's my list that we created. Clicking on next. If I wanted to add additional addresses, I may want to add the owner's information so that they receive the postcard so that they can see that we are marketing that open house. If I'm currently working with a buyer, they might as well get a little note from me or any additional individuals you'd like to add. Clicking on next. I'm going to review the proof by clicking on the proof button. And I'm going to look at the postcard. Do I like the front? I think it looks great for taking 3 seconds. Clicking on the back. I love it. I'm going to accept my terms. Acknowledge and review, of course, your refund policy. How many mailers are you going to do? I'm going to do 1 mailer, but I can schedule more than one. Out of 191, it only pulled 184 addresses. It's telling me that there's 6 properties in that area that are vacant. So no one would be receiving that postcard, so it's not going to be another return to sender. Add to cart. And the last thing you got to do is you got to pay. But you have a program that you can use. It's called Remind, that you can filter information, that you can create postcards, that you can do some farming, you can do some prospecting, and you can even do the mail piece from here. So I would take a Remind farming and prospecting class. Another really good one is an IMAP class if you're interested in generating new business. Both of those programs are excellent for that. All right, well, from here, all it's going to ask me is for my credit card. Let me move into the resource panels. So far we worked the system that is Infinity. We worked the system that's called Core Logic Matrix. We did work the system that is called Agent 3000. And we also went over some of the benefits of creating a postcard and mailing it out from Remind. The people that are going to be coming in, these people may be potential buyers. So I have another recommendation for you. I would download the app that is fully integrated into Matrix. It is called MLS Touch. I also recommend that you take that class. What else would I want to recommend to you? I would also do a download with an RPR. of the property information. So go into RPR and learn about the market activity, learn about the schools, and run those reports. To do that, all you would need to do is find the address. So this one's right here, so I'm just working with that. Paste it inside of RPR, find the property, and it's giving you a whole property card. We see that there's an upcoming open house here. I want to prepare for it, so I want to create reports. The reports that I want, these are my templates. These are also options that you have. I want to be prepared for school questions. I also want to be prepared for market activity questions. So I would do these two. And then of course you also have a property flyer template if you are interested in another look for your flyer. School template. It'll give me the schools in the area. So I have the elementary school, which is public. I have the middle school and then the high school assigned. But if I wanted to search for a different school, I have that option. Pick the one that you want, select, and then give it a name. School report for my open house for 5725 Northwest 24th Ave. Continue. I can now further customize my reports. This is one page with all of my info. Here are the maps. You can load them now. Where the school is, and it is comparing this school with Miami-Dade County. Access information, so how you can call them, how many students are enrolled, how many students per teacher, how many students are on the free lunch program, the academic grades, the average math reading, the percentage of gifted students, average ACT score, average SAT score, the teacher grade, and then I have nearby schools that are also available. So if they are interested in another school, they have options. And then finally, they also have properties that are for sale. So we are in the business of selling properties. How can you share this? Well, you have different options. You have your share. We can either copy the dynamic link and send this to myself through WhatsApp so it's ready. I can email it. Let's send it to somebody. Let's send it to one of my favorite trainers. Give it a name. And then send email. And then you also have the option to share to socials. Now, what is the benefit? The benefit is that anything that you create on the desktop, when you download the mobile app, this report is going to be ready to go. You can also do it directly from the mobile app. I actually did a class yesterday called RPR, Your Open House Secret Weapon. It's available on our YouTube channel. Since I'm going to send you over the recording of this class, we have yesterday's class already recorded and available, and I will be happy to share that with you if you would like. The last little piece that I want to share with you. If you're a real estate agent searching for open houses, you can search open houses inside of Matrix. I think open houses are a great filler. So let's say I had to show some property this weekend and some of the property that I wanted to share my customer is no longer available. Maybe it went under contract and there's an open house in the area that's in line with what they're looking for. An open house is another experience that they can have and another showing that I can take them to. Search, open house. Also, this will also help you confirm that your open house is available in the program. So I clicked on search. I chose open house. You can choose the open house type. I'm going to do public. What's happening this weekend? So I'm going to choose my date between the 30th and the 31st. And then I have my area, Miami. There is, wow, 73 matches. Let's do single. 48 matches in Miami results. And these are all of the open houses that are available. Here are my descriptions. I can choose map. This gives me a better idea of where these properties are located, see if something's in line with my showing or if it's in the area. Another option of what you can do regarding open houses. Let's say I have an open house this Saturday and I have some people that came in, they are not represented. I had done an open house class with an individual who was one of our members of YPN, and he had such a great idea. He said, why don't you schedule your immediate follow-up? So for example, search the properties around your particular listing. Let me get an address. Here's one. This is quarter of a mile. I'll do half a mile. And my property is a single family. And I have 15 results. After you come to my open house, come back. Let's say I'm done at 1, come back at 1:30. I'm going to be touring 2 or 3 properties that are in line with my price point around my home. So you can already schedule their first showing, depending, of course, insert column. And let's do showing instructions to build that rapport. There's a few that say showing assist. So if it's an easy showing that I can come in and out, it's a secondary meeting that you can have with that potential customer. And if the 6 that came to see you, 1 or 2 want to come and tour, that could be a potential buyer in the future that you can kind of hook with this secondary meeting. You're already out and about that day. So this is a good option. Also, if you happen to have open houses around your property that day, you can be the resource and say, look, there's a few open houses that are happening. They're here and here. People are more likely to want to work with the agent that knows, the agent that's detailed, and the agent that offers additional information to help. Okay, so it was an absolute pleasure spending the afternoon with you. We're going to go ahead and record. This class has been recorded. I will edit it and I will add it for you into our YouTube channel. You can always watch recordings of classes on youtube.com/
Announcing your new favorites hub.
We have a playlist where you can find any additional classes on our homepage.
Announcing your new favorites hub. Love it and add
Our newest inputs inside of the system. Another resource is within resources. You can go into Miami Realtors Live, which is available right over here, so that you can watch 24-hour 24/7, access to recorded seminars, videos, training sessions that you can also take those classes at your own time. If you'd like to follow me, I do have a handle. So this is my Instagram. I will share with you my QR code. Sometimes I'll post upcoming classes, my calendar, tips will also go on there. So if you'd like to follow me, I will follow you back. I'd love to see your journey. And then I will share with you my email if you stayed with any questions. Sounds good. So anybody who attended, I'll go ahead and share both recordings with you. Have a wonderful rest of your day, guys. You're welcome. Bye. Thank you for being Miami members.